What's up, everyone? I'm Des from Deel, and welcome back to Debunked with Deel, where we bring in real industry experts to break down the biggest myths in the working world. This episode, we're plugging into the world of IT. To help us debunk these myths, my guy Rodney Alcantara is here. Rodney, tell us a little bit about your experience in IT.
I've been in IT now for about 5 years or so. Started off in the mobile device management space. We handle device procurement, device lifecycle management, mobile device management, endpoint protection, and even 24/7 IT support.
First myth, IT is just for fixing computers.
Not necessarily true. Although IT does fix computers, they are the backbone of the company as far as security infrastructure and IT infrastructure. Without IT, the business wouldn't be able to operate in a secure fashion.
Another myth is that cloud is always cheaper. Before you even answer that, help us understand what cloud is, because everyone talks about the cloud, but do people really understand what the cloud is?
I mean, I get it though, right? The cloud, you think of like it's up in the sky. It's virtual. That is where most data lives today. So you think about uploading some of your data, it lives virtually. There used to be these on-prem servers where data would live somewhere on the ground. But now everything and all data lives virtually.
So is it cloud is always cheaper?
Not necessarily. Think about it this way, like you can rack up charges super quickly on the cloud. It's almost like a teenager who has their parents' credit card trying to rack up DoorDash charges or shopping or something of that nature.
Right.
You look at the bill and you're like, oh damn, I didn't know how much I was spending.
Cybersecurity is just an IT problem.
It takes a village. It should be everyone's responsibility within the company to help with cybersecurity. Everyone needs to follow certain guidelines and rules to make sure that there isn't data breaches and that they can keep everything secure. Anytime a data breach happens, most of the time they're reaching out to individual employees first. So we all need to help the IT team out.
How much of those cybersecurity issues really do start internally?
When it comes to making sure you have secure passwords, making sure that you're not reaching out to these phishing emails, IT can't control that for you. It's something to be aware of for everybody.
So if I never check my emails, I don't have to worry about the phishing emails?
Yeah, don't check your emails. Don't do that.
There's no risk of putting sensitive company data into AI tools.
Man, that one's tough. If it's an approved AI tool, you should be all good to go. However, you do want to double check and make sure that you're not putting sensitive company information into these AI tools. You don't want ChatGPT version 6 to be trained on some sensitive company information that shouldn't be out there, right? Like we don't want any Coldplay stuff going on where you get caught.
So when you talk about the ChatGPTs, the Geminis, it is still taking in that information to spit it back out to you, right? So
in that aspect, you want to do a better job of using maybe third-party language in that sense, maybe not using people's names or company information. Just want to say, hey, ChatGPT, X company is in this situation. How should I go about it? Or simply if you're just using it to help write emails, by all means, right? But just be careful putting specifics in there.
Updating applications isn't that important.
I'm gonna address the elephant in the room. It is super important because you need to update your applications and your operating software. That's the first level of where hackers try to go if it's not up to date. For compliance purposes, it always needs to be up to date. Now, is it annoying? Hell yeah, it's annoying, right? Like
Thanks for being honest. It's annoying. Thank you.
You get those prompts, like everyone can imagine this, right? You're in a meeting and you're talking halfway through, you're getting the prompt from the mobile device manager, whatever you're using, that you need to update your software now. Am I one of those people who push it off until the very last minute? Sorry, I might be. That being said, have I been stuck where it's forced me to update and knock me out of my meeting?
Right.
I'm guilty for that too. And it's annoying, but just make sure you put some time into doing so.
Well, no, I'm just tired of walking away, going to the kitchen, getting a snack, come back, and everything's shut down.
Everything shut down, restarts.
You know, we've all had that conversation with IT, right? Did you turn it on and did you turn it off, right? Most IT problems can be resolved by turning on and off your device. True, false, because y'all always ask that, right? It's always a question.
We always ask that because sometimes with your machines, they need a full restart or a full shutdown to reboot properly.
Right.
And to have some of those applications in the background, like upload the newest version. So that's why sometimes the go-to is like, hey, did you turn it on, turn it off? It sounds so simple, but sometimes that is the case. And if it's not, then just let us know. We'll figure out and be like, hey, you're right. We'll fix it. It's a different way.
Utilizing more tech will create better outcomes.
Not necessarily true either, right? The more tech without strategy behind it can create clutter. It's almost like hoarding things that you don't need. So you want to make sure that you have a plan of attack and not confusion around things. Not necessarily more equals better.
How much do you have to have that conversation with like clients or maybe even internally?
That conversation happens a lot, right? People are always like, oh, well, I need this tool to do this and that. But sometimes what happens is that you'll have multiple tools that kind of can almost do the same thing. You kind of want to streamline things, keep it all in one place, and that way you can save on cost.
Yeah, saving that money. Got to save that money. Our business is too small to be targeted by hackers.
Hey, reality check really quick, and I'm sorry to those small businesses out there, but you are the #1 target because you don't have the IT infrastructure that a large organization has. So hackers look at you you like low-hanging fruit.
When they do get to the small businesses, I mean, what's the goal? What's the outcome there versus the larger companies?
It's just easier. There's levels to this, right? Small businesses are at the bottom of the totem pole, and they're easier to hack than they are bigger companies.
So in other words, protect yourself.
Protect yourself, always.
We already use mobile device management, so our devices are secure.
Mobile device management is important, but it's not everything that cover what you need from an IT and security perspective. You still need endpoint protection, you still need patch management, and you still need training for the individuals within the company to help make sure that your entire company is secure. MDM is a vital piece. It just can't do all of that for you.
Right, and for those that may be not as familiar, what truly is it?
Yeah, so think of MDM or mobile device management as a virtual remote control, right? You can remotely wipe your devices, lock your devices, and it's that tool that helps keep your applications and your operating systems up to date. So there's probably certain times like where you have like on your iPhone or your Android where you'll see it wants you to update those apps. That's exactly what it's doing, but for your professional and personal computer.
I don't need to change my login all the time. True, false, what's the situation there?
False, man. Like, you should be changing your password every so often because passwords are the last piece of defense before these hackers try to hack into things. I kid you not, man. This used to be me, and hopefully you hackers out there aren't looking at me like this. I used to use my dog's name as my password and my work password every so often. People can relate to that, but I've learned since then, so don't use my dog's name, you will fail. You know, passwords are the one thing that people can guess. There's like mathematical, numerical methods for them to try to do that. So it's best to change your password often and then make it super long and complicated. That way these hackers can't get into it.
AI will replace all IT jobs. That's a sticky one, right?
It's a sticky one.
Yeah,
people are scared about that. Is iRobot about to come and like take my job? AI is meant to automate tasks, but behind the scenes, you still need people to make decisions and help with strategy. You know, for anything that comes up that is important, that could be a vulnerability or any type of emergency, like you need a human behind that. AI can't do that.
We can just hire more people to solve IT bottlenecks.
You would think that when you add more people to it, it's gonna be more helpful. But without that strategy behind it, adding more people without fixing the strategy and having a go-to strategy is gonna cause more chaos. So you definitely need that strategy behind it. Think of it this way, man, like we all kind of go out of our way to kind of do our job sometimes. Think of an IT person, right? They're not just doing Jira tickets, they're maybe handling multiple softwares like mobile device management, endpoint protection, you know, single sign-on, whatever it may be. But like when you're bogged down with those all everyday things, that person can burn out. What if an emergency happens? They're that single point of failure. Or, hey, shout out to Deel IT. Deel IT offers managed services for all those things to help people out. So, hey, if you're looking for some and you need managed services, hey, come talk to me.
It's the man, talk to him. IT can do more with less indefinitely.
I would say indefinitely, right? It brings it back to like, you don't want your team to get burnt out, and you also want your IT team to focus on that strategy and security. So those everyday tedious tasks, right? Like patch management or trying to chase people down to update their passwords, or those Jira tickets where, hey, I forgot my password and you need resets. Look at something or a tool to then automate those processes or workflows. And then if you need, instead of hiring people to go do that, you can outsource that to someone like Deel IT who can take care of it for you.
We don't need data backups, we're in the cloud.
I hear that one all the time, but even the cloud can fail sometimes. So you need a plan B for sure.
Staying compliant can be dealt with later.
You ever heard that saying where it's like, hey, if you don't make the time now, you'll be forced to make the time later?
Yeah.
That's exactly how you should treat compliance. Compliance and being secure should be always in the forefront. Whenever you push that stuff aside, you're going to potentially put yourself at risk more for vulnerabilities and not being able to meet compliance. You could have potential fines. If you get into a breach or some type of security mess, you're gonna wish that you dealt with it earlier than you did later.
How much do you see people try to do it the other way and it backfires?
Sometimes it's from a bandwidth perspective and a financial perspective. Like people are trying to push off the security and compliance as long as they can because of those restraints. That only then leads to potential bigger risks and fines later down the road.
Unapproved apps and tools aren't a big deal.
Man, they are a big deal, right? That's what we call shadow IT today. And basically what shadow IT is are unapproved applications and apps that your IT team has not approved or designated. I understand why people use these applications that are unapproved. It's for productivity purposes. They try to make their jobs easier.
Yeah.
But then you also potentially are putting company information into these applications, which could leave your organization at risk for any data breaches or security risks.
One size fits all security tools will protect us.
I mean, does one size fit all for anything? I mean, not necessarily. I mean, that's the same thing when it comes to these security threats, right? There's gonna be multiple layers of defense that you're gonna need to put in there. And it starts from the bottom with us as the people who work within the organization, and then other tools like an endpoint protection, MDMs, whatever it may be, but it's not a one size fits all plan.
So when we talk Deel IT or really just IT in general, what's that process like of getting what you need from a security standpoint?
There's gonna be multiple levels and layers to this. We're starting with the employees and making sure they get trained and understand like, hey, what can we do on a day-to-day basis to be responsible for to avoid being vulnerable to breaches and security risks. Making sure that your laptop locks within 90 seconds, or let's say, hey, you're working remotely, you make sure to close your laptop that way no one at the coffee shop can go see what's going on. Yeah. Adding tools like an MDM to make sure that you have the policies in place, not being able to download information from a USB, or endpoint protection to detect any like vulnerabilities or bad actors that might be going on within any of the organizations.
IT doesn't impact employee experience.
It starts, right? Like you think about the first day that you started a job, the thing that you're waiting on in the mail or at the office is your computer. That's the most exciting part,
standard,
right?
Yeah, you can't work without it.
You can't work without it.
Yeah.
So IT is the people behind that within that infrastructure to ensure that the employee has a good experience, not just from day one, but throughout their life cycle of working there. Making sure you have all the right applications, making sure that you have that employee uptime so that way you can ensure you're doing your job the way that you need to. And so it's our job to make sure that you're in a best place to be as effective as possible with your day-to-day job, and IT is behind all that.
If it's not broken, don't fix it.
Man, like when I hear that in the IT world, that just means that, hey, like things are outdated, you're leaving yourself to vulnerability, and if you don't fix it now, it's gonna have more cost for you later.
All right, that's it, y'all. Thanks for joining us in this episode of Debunked with Deel, and make sure to subscribe. Now, Rodney, after I restart my computer, the next time, if it doesn't work, I'm calling you.
Yeah, Des, I don't know if I'm the right person for that, bro.
I'm sure you know who to call. All right, guys.